Hey, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man. Come back at your video, and now I'm in the Tigers. Tigers, victorious as they defeat Missouri 49-39. As Tigers, LSU Tigers, fell behind early again, 22-7. As the defense was just utterly pathetic for pretty much 80% of this football game. Uh, Yeah, they made some plays at the end. They had a sack, and then they had a sack, and then they had hit the pick six, and we stopped. We held them to a punt, man, which was surprising in the fourth quarter. But for the most part, the defense was still a shit show. They can't cover. Their tackling is horrible. Uh, and for the most part, for the first half, we couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback at all. Second half, we got a little bit more pressure in the second half, and then only gave up. I think they only scored 14 points. Missouri in the second half, after scoring like 25 in the first half. So defense did play better in the second half, but they're still a very bad defensive team. But offensively, they shined again. Jaden Daniels, what can you say about Jaden Daniels? Any LSU fan that wants to shit on Jaden Daniels, you know what? Just go fuck yourself at this point, because Jaden Daniels he's the best. He's the best player on the football team. Uh, now without him, LSU they don't beat Arkansas. They don't beat Missouri. Uh, they don't have a prayer against Ole Miss. So Jane Daniels is the best player on this football team, and you know, yeah, he had a rough first start against Florida State, but he's rebounded perfectly in his last. Ever since then, he's played phenomenal, another phenomenal game. The guy gets hurts his ribs. He comes back in, has a big touchdown run, a big touchdown pass. Uh, I mean, he's just there's nothing more. There's nothing more to say about Jane Daniels, as he's the best player on our team. The best player on our team, man. Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas and Logan Diggs. Those guys on offense, man. When they're clicking, man, we're hard to stop. The problem is our defense. Our defense is still pathetic, still horrible, still can't tackle. Uh, there was late in the game. We were trying to rip the ball out instead of tackling, and no, we're trying to rip the ball out, and he gets, and of course the receiver gets extra yardage on that. It's just I don't know. It's just I just don't see it getting any better defensively with this football team. It might get marginally better as the year goes on, but I mean, if you're expecting a miraculous turnaround with this defense, it's just not going to happen. I mean, we're going to have to score 40 points a game, uh, and especially against Alabama, uh, Florida. I still say Florida. I think we're going to have to score points against Florida to beat them, even though Florida's not that good, and Texas A&M. Those games, we're going to have to score in the high 40s if we want to have any chance of winning these games. Those games, and I just don't know. I don't know if they can beat. I don't know if they can beat Bama or an A&M. I just don't know. But we'll find out. We'll find out later in the season. So, but LSU they do just enough on defensively, especially in the second half. Is they got the pick six, and like I said, they made some stops. I'll give them props. I'll give the defense props in the second half. They made the stops that they didn't make against Ole Miss last week. So Tigers go to 4-2 on the season, and next week they got the Auburn Tigers coming to Baton Rouge, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna make Auburn look like world beaters in offense. Just don't see how we're gonna stop anybody. Some teams are gonna score more than others. Auburn will probably score in low 30s probably. But they'll probably score in the low 30s against our porous defense, but uh, more than likely we'll outscore Auburn, and then we play Army. Then we got a bye week, and then we play Bama, which is another animal in itself. Bama looks like they're getting things straight with their football team. Their defense is good. Tigers do the LSU Tigers do just enough as they win 49-39 over the Missouri Tigers. And I'll see you guys next time. Go Tigers.